The Nerdgasm Talk podcast is brought to you by Spaces Philly. If you love podcasts, go to spacesphilly.com where you can check out Lulu and Pop, Both Sides, Turntables, Jump Thought Super Tongue, and the Nerd Coalition's very own No Gimmicks Needed. Visit spacesphilly.com today. And now, feel the Nerdgasm. Let's get into the trailers. We had a lot of trailers drop this week. One of them I was surprised that we've gotten. Cruella, Disney's Cruella, which was in the talks for the longest. It was in the talks for so
I've
long.
heard talks about Cruella back when Cinderella came out.
Yeah.
That first live action movie they did back like 2011.
Uh-huh. And Emma Stone was always in the talks of it. So I was like, look, it'll happen when it happened. It's finally happened. They recorded the movie and they done it all. It was like, wow, this is actually shocking. And looking at the trailer, I know Mr. A&E, he does have his reaction on the Nerd Coalition Studios channel, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and check it out. I was quite surprised about it.
Hit that like button.
Yes, hit that like button as well. I was personally quite surprised about the trailer.
You know what?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was saying I'm very surprised. I like the time period they're in. I do like Emma Stone as Cruella, but I just don't know how this is going to fit in the lore of what this is. Like, what are we doing? Why do we need to tell this story?
Well, you know, it's kind of like they seem that sometimes telling the villain's side of the story actually has done good business. Mm-hmm. And it has translated over from different kind of fantasy and superhero kind of movies. And me personally, I enjoyed Maleficent. Did not see the second one, right, but I personally enjoyed Maleficent. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this is the story of obviously Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. So this is her point of view. Right. And I was like, okay. And it shows the damaged character that she is. And I'm just like, well, what about one of the most psychopathic villains that we have at Disney, Cruella de Vil? Yeah. And how that whole thing got started. And with the time period, it's always been that time period, Swag.
It was?
101 Dalmatians never took place in the present. The 101 Dalmatians took place in, like, I would say the early 1900s.
I'm going to be real. 101 Dalmatians was boring. So I probably didn't really pay attention to the time period to begin with.
I mean,
I'll be the first to say it. I don't care. Y'all would, if y'all Disney fans want to attack me, sure. That movie was boring.
Wait, now which one? The live action one or the animated?
God, the live action one was a snooze fest. But even the animated one, I was just like, okay. So I was like, all right, yeah. This is...
Yeah, because if you look at the animated one, I'm like, yeah, it takes place in the very early 1900s. I'm pretty sure there were still slaves around. So I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Well,
he said, "Well, I guess I'll play it."
Not to say about that. I thought it took place in the 1990s. Probably. It's been so long since I've seen it.
I mean, that's when the movie came out. Yeah. But it's like that whole time period. But you ever recognize, like, you know, when you watch like 101 Dalmatians, how the clothes look? There's no TVs. There's no cars. There is, you know. Well, I mean, Cordova had a car. Somebody rich. So like I said, it's like the early 1910s, 1920s.
Okay.
Type thing. So it wasn't really it wasn't surprising to me. But I'm sitting looking like Emma Stone look like she is rocking this part.
Yeah. Now, from what I see, this movie is going to take place in 1970s London, amidst the punk rock revolution. So I guess it's a little bit further down than what the original 101 Dalmatians took place.
Yeah.
So we're getting a tad bit more modern, but still in the same era. But no, like you said, Emma Stone looking like she's going to murder this. She's going to completely do her thing.
I don't know necessarily what the story's going to be about. I don't know how they're going to play up, you know, get to Cruella de Vil, because the whole thing about Cruella de Vil was she liked to skin the dogs to use their fur for her clothing.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that is pretty much was the whole gist of it. But this time, I'm like, I look at the trailer, I'm like, wait a minute, does she got like powers?
It did look like that when she like used the fire to like burn her clothes to reveal a new outfit. I was like, what in the world? I was like, how? Okay, I'll just accept it.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's new age Disney thing right now, but I'm just like, but it looks like they're gonna probably show the whole extreme breakdown of what goes on.
Right. Now, quick question for you. I know we've been getting a lot of these Disney remakes of the classic movies into live action. Now, would you rather have the villains take on it, or would you rather have a remake or a retelling of the story that we once had?
It truly depends on the story.
Gotcha. Like if we get a Jafar instead of an Aladdin, or Ursula instead of a Little Mermaid.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this: I need the original first. Such as I seen the Aladdin movie,
right?
So I've seen enough of Jafar to be like, "Well, I like him alone in this movie." No, I wouldn't. But I seen the movie. It's like if we seen Sleeping Beauty to death. So it was about time, like, I don't want to see another Sleeping Beauty movie, so let's do Maleficent, which makes sense because we've seen it already. Kind of thing like that. I think it's like, if we see the story done to death so many times, I think it'll be great to tell a different story. However, when you have not even really fully told the first story, and you probably want to remake it, I say stick to the original. Gotcha. It's just that, I'm not saying go out here and make all those other different kind of movies. It's kind of like what was the priest in Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I don't know, but I would not see a movie with him.
I'm about to say I don't need to see that right now, because first of all, you could give me another Quasimodo story and Esmeralda. Right. You know what I'm saying? I would say that I would love to see that. I don't need to know the story of John Smith. I mean, we know enough story about white men. How about Pocahontas, the Native American girl?
Right. In
what I'm saying?
It is about time. It is about time for a Hunchback of Notre Dame movie.
Yeah, or like I said, or Pocahontas, like a live action Pocahontas movie.
Right.
And, I'm saying those things, I feel as though, like, hey, I would like to see those. I don't need to see the other side of that. But since 101 Dalmatians had their classic movie, their classic story, their classic book, they had 2 live action movies, which both were not that great. And then, of course, you have all different kinds. You have the re-release, the Diamond Edition, all this 101 Dalmatians stuff. And I'm like, wait, Cruella seems fitting to do a movie on.
Right.
Now, in my personal opinion.
Now, my next question, this could be for Lady Sketch as well. If you had to pick a Disney villain for them to do like an origin movie out of, which would you like? Like, what villain would you pick?
Well, okay, since Lady Sketch had to
my bad.
real quick. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, because I figured you was going to probably ask this kind of question. So I just made sure I had a couple people written down. Number 1, Scar from Lion King.
Okay, I feel like we got, like, because I was going to say Scar too, but I feel like we really got the full gist of his story in the Lion King.
But we got Scar, the bitter old guy. Like, what if we told the story of him and Mufasa growing up? What if Mufasa was, he's all big, strong kingdom, and I got to take care of Simba and all that kind of stuff like that. And I'm like, wait a minute, but was he really a dick growing up? Kind of like Thor and Loki?
Okay.
Because you sit and thinking to yourself, like, wait a minute, Thor was like arrogance SOB.
Right.
And it's like Loki was kind of like the more humble type, but then, the anger just took over when it came to Loki. And I'm just like, but yeah, we know how they are when they're grown, but when it comes to, how they grew up. So, like, maybe Mufasa cheated his way to the kingdom. Who knows?
Right.
We don't know that story. What got Scar so low that he is willing to Cain and Abel his brother?
Right. Now, I'll play on.
Go ahead.
I'll play on what you said about Thor and Loki and their relationship, and I would do Hades and Hercules.
Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say this is because Hades is part of Greek mythology.
Right.
That's just the Greek version of the devil.
Right, yeah.
And there's so many stories about Hades that it's kind of like it's a playoff of what their mythology was. However, it's not to say that it's like if they do it for Hercules' way, they could probably do it a little bit more interesting. I guess how you can actually play up the story of Lucifer being kicked out of heaven, maybe.
Right.
And doing so that how he truly became, Hades. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want another James Woods though, but hey.
Only said that because I liked his Hades. His Hades was really good.
It really was, and then you know what I'm saying, and then he ended up supporting the real devil. I'm playing. We don't want none of that negative reaction here on this. I was playing around.
No, you was fight the power earlier. Nah, we gotta keep that same energy.
You was right talking about this that liberal podcast.
They're left over there.
Yeah. What about Gaston?
I was thinking him, but I just don't know what. I was like trying to in my head to think of like what's a captivating story for him, but I couldn't think of one.
None, but I'm just saying, absolutely none. He has got to be one of the boringest Disney characters there is. I mean, he had an intense fight scene with the beast at the end,
right?
But I'm just like, and they really killed that man there, the animated one.
Yeah,
and I was just like, whoo, kids weren't ready.
The only other one, the last one I have is Shang Yu from Mulan. And I know you don't like Mulan, but I want to see his like samurai era like really flesh out.
Bro, I'd rather watch The Priest from Hunter X Hunter.
It is not that deep. It is not that deep. You got to. It is not that deep. Yeah, you reach in there. Or what if we get Clayton from Tarzan and have him like the Craven the Hunter?
Bro, Tarzan the villain his own story. You just don't know about it. I'm just saying.
Okay, hold up. Now you might be spitting. What? Hold on. Let's break that down. Tarzan.
Everybody say they call us the savages in the movie. I'm just like, really? All the stuff Tarzan was doing, I don't know about that, man.
I don't know. I just want Phil Collins to just like, hey Phil, you think we could get another son of man? Okay, all right. Hey Phil,
answer the question, baby girl.
What's the question?
If you had to pick a Disney villain to have like an origin movie, who would it be?
Let's see. Ursula.
Yeah, I feel like that's the go-to as well. So yeah, I would say Ursula as well.
I if I really wanted to dig deep, I probably could find somebody else, but I kind of missed the whole combo. I don't want to drag it out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. It would be cool if we get a Oogie Boogie origin.
Oh, I will be with it.
Everybody loves Nightmare Before Christmas.
Except Mr. A&E.
You don't like it?
No. Actually a whole thing that I like it so much.
Is it okay? Is it me with Harry Potter?
Where you don't like it?
No, I just don't like the fans.
No, he doesn't like it at all.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. You've never seen the hate? Whenever y'all give me gifts that have Nightmare Before Christmas, there's always some hate.
What did that movie do to you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh boy.
You see, quiet.
I'm quiet because you answered all my questions. He asked him, "Yeah, you just jump right up there."
I actually thought you ran out for real quick. How quiet you were.
No,
so I was
he just really does not like the movie. I'm
just not a fan of the movie. Great claymation, yeah, but I was just never. It never intrigued me as a movie. I was like, I just don't. I don't like this movie. I don't even know if it's a Halloween or Christmas movie. I don't know whatever one y'all decided it's going to be. I just never got into it.
I always say I have a more of a connection to it. Like I went to the movies to see it. It was a whole thing. Like me and my mom watched it like every holiday season, and he just was like, "No,
nah,
I'm good on that."
Yeah, I don't want to do that.